Shalom, Israel. It's your brother New Breed coming through with another live stream. Varador, Mr. Humble, Demetrius. I see y'all rolling in. God is love. Hello, hello. Sophia Love, Car Tour. Yes, yes. I'm glad y'all catching another show. There's a lot going on in the news right now. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about Brittney Griner pleading guilty in her first court appearance over there in Russia. And she's facing up to 10 years. And I want to talk a little bit about that. Also, I want to talk about Operation Heatwave taking place in Atlanta, where the DA is cleaning the streets up. She has stated that she has 2 more high-profile rappers that's on the list. So you're going to be seeing racketeering charges getting thrown out left and right. We got to talk about it because the streets are on fire right now. There's a lot going on. Hosea 8:7 tells us, for they have sown the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind, and have no stalk. The bud shall yield no meal. If so be it yield, the stranger shall swallow it up. And what that means is what goes around comes around. What you plant, that's what you're going to reap. What you do has consequences. And it just is what it is. But I'm going to talk about the Brittney Griner situation. I'm going to react to the news here. Somebody immediately says it's unfair. Well, I do agree that there's political reasons why she's getting such an extensive sentence. I do agree. I do believe that. Far as it being fair, that's another topic for another day. Because if it was one of us, and when I say one of us, I mean an individual who is not a WNBA basketball player who's considered to be high profile, that a Russian jail would give you 20 to 30. You would never be heard of again. You just can't go to different countries breaking the law. Doesn't work like that. But I want to share the news with y'all.
Native and WNBA star Brittney Griner could spend up to 10 years in a Russian prison. Here she is being escorted through a courthouse near Moscow. Now, moments before she pled guilty to drug charges today, Griner, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, admitted she had cannabis oil in her luggage when she traveled to Russia in February. Melissa Correa joins us.
Now, I'm pretty sure she pled guilty for a number of reasons. I mean, first and foremost, she was caught red-handed. A guilty charge would have been the only charge she can plead, especially if she would like to speed along the process of any type of negotiation going on. So that was pretty much more than likely what her lawyers were thinking. Go ahead and get the guilty plea so we can get into negotiations as soon as possible. Yes, and by the way, fair use, federal law allows citizens to redistribute portions of copywritten material for the purposes of teaching, edification, criticism, parody, and so forth. And that's exactly what I'm doing in this here broadcast.
In the newsroom with more on this, Melissa.
Hey there, Rico. From those photos to these few seconds of video, courthouse images are all.
Man, look, I mean, let me just say this. All you brothers and sisters out there, you got to use your minds. You got to use your minds when you're maneuvering in life in general. Brittney Griner is 7 feet tall, and she thought she can walk through a Russian airport and transport drugs without raising any red flags. I mean, come on now, ladies and gentlemen. She's 7 feet tall, melanated. What did she expect? All right, let's continue.
all that Brittany Griner's family and friends have to work with. And with the possibility of 10 years in a Russian prison, this afternoon, calls to free Brittany Griner are growing loud.
It's a surprise that the Russian government didn't slam more than 10 years when you look at what's going on. When it comes to the whole war that's taking place between Ukraine and Russia, the US president is no longer supporting Russia at all, not when it comes to oil or anything, ladies and gentlemen. So, and also on top of that, our country is backing everything for Ukraine. I'm talking about all the weapons, all the resources that's needed is being backed by the United States government. So, of course, Brittany Griner is being made to be an example. And it's a surprise that they just gave her 10. They could have literally just, if they give her 10, because she's facing 10, there may be some negotiations on the table. But still, all in all, you do the crime, you should expect to do the time. All right, but let's see what happens. Let's continue.
Inside a Russian courtroom, WNBA basketball star Brittany Griner admitted to drug possession. In February, the 31-year-old traveled to Moscow to play for a Russian team. She was detained at an airport.
Look, she's right there red-handed on camera. I mean, she got it signed, sealed, and delivered. She got it in a package like she is transporting mail, like it's nothing. I mean, it's right there, ladies and gentlemen, for everybody to see. This is the raw footage of her actually transporting drugs. I mean, the question that I have is, what was she thinking? What was she thinking? And you got to understand, as melanated people, you're going to already have attention on you. They can fly drugs 4,000 miles over from Nicaragua over here to the States, right? And for some reason, nobody sees it. It gets over to the country, but they won't see it until they find it in your pocket. You melanated people. They ain't seen nothing all the way until it gets into your pocket. You should know what you're going up against. You don't just go into a foreign land with no drugs on you like that. It's ridiculous.
After 2 vape canisters with cannabis oil were found in her luggage. Prosecutors say the cartridges contained a significant amount of cannabis oil, though investigators measure.
It must have been enough where they can consider it intent to distribute. 0.2 ounces. When it comes to oil, that's a significant amount. We're not weighing this in ounces like regular marijuana. 0.2 ounces in oil is a lot more than what you would perceive.
It at 0.02 ounces. In pleading guilty today, Griner told a judge there was no intent. I did not want to break the law. Her lawyers.
That's just like taking a gun. Aiming it at somebody, pulling the trigger and saying, I didn't mean to hurt that person. What does she mean she didn't mean to break the law when she broke the law? I mean, like, I don't understand that. Like, I don't know. Well, we'll find out what her defense is. But I mean, anytime you're traveling, anytime you go into various countries, you got to know what the law is. You got to know the rules and regulations of that country. You got to do your research. She's in the NBA or WNBA, pardon me, which I don't believe that they travel often overseas because it's not really a demographic for that. More than likely, they travel internationally to play ball, but maybe she has some type of deal going on. Not sure the semantics on that, but all in all, I mean, ladies and gentlemen, you got to study. She should know. She should be traveled enough to know. You can't do that in the States. You're a WNBA player. You move from place to place, state to state to play your games. You have to hop on planes. You literally should know this. You should know. You can't do that in the States, carry around drugs. Let's continue.
Share more.
She said that it was unintentionally brought to Russia because she was in a hurry.
Now, Ladies and gentlemen, her defense was that she mistakenly brought it to Russia because she was in a hurry while packing her bags. And these are her lawyers right here, and they let that be her defense. They let this be her defense. That she accidentally carried it over there to Russia. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there's so many ways that these lawyers could have fought this case. It's so many ways. Number one, we're talking about CBD oils here. She's a WNBA player. You could have fought and said that this woman suffered from body pains. Her joints hurt. She goes through certain spasms. She has an addiction to the CBD oil. She was never intending to distribute. But no, ladies and gentlemen, no. Her lawyers say, and they rock with this. She brung it by mistake. I mean, you can't make this stuff up and wonder why they slammed the gavel and said, okay. I mean, literally, exactly, Vote Keeper. That's the defense. Even if you would have pled guilty, that's what you say. The reason why I have thus amount is because I'm an NBA player, WNBA player. I keep saying NBA because the woman looks very masculine. WNBA player, and say, hey, I have various injuries. The CBD oil is used for treatment. I was unaware that it was against the law here. Listen, we're willing to any type of charity. We're totally apologetic. We can give any type of charity from my team. I'll do a free show here, free, sign some autographs. I mean, there's so many ways, but see, this is what happened when you don't take accountability for your actions. And this is one of the biggest problems that we have with our women in general. One of the biggest problems we have with our women in general is they don't know how to admit when they're wrong and just take accountability. You don't just outright deny that you brung it on. No, that's a horrible defense. I don't know what her lawyers were thinking with that. They automatically was like, all right, 10 years. Guilty is guilty, 10 years. Now let's continue.
As she was packing.
A member of the U.S. Embassy in Russia talking with Griner today.
She said that she is eating well, she's able to read books, and under the circumstances, she is doing well.
The Houston native received a letter from President Joe Biden today, one day after he called Griner's.
Let me tell you something right now. If one of us get caught up in there, we're not getting no letter from the president. But this is to appease the left-wing liberal media. That's the only reason Biden is doing what he's doing, because when it comes to re-election time, he want to make it seem like he down with the community. I mean, this is a PR move on Biden's behalf, if you ask me, right? He don't give a damn about Brittney Griner, and neither does those Russians. She's a casualty of war, far as they concerned.
Wife.
I can't rest as her humanity is being stripped from her.
Sherelle Griner leading.
Well, she should have thought about that before she brung the drugs over there.
Calls for the Olympic champions' release.
I ask for your help in continuing to fight for BG's safe and quick return home.
Griner's guilty plea could be the first step in a possible prisoner swap. Russian media speculate Griner.
So she's going to get peripheral treatment, more than likely, and they're going to do a prison swap. The first ever Russian and American prison swap. A WNBA player. We're not talking about a revolutionary. We're not talking about anybody who has contributed anything to society but entertainment. We're not even talking about one of the wokes. I don't ever recall Brittney Griner doing anything to push the community forward in any way. So, this is interesting. Yeah, you got to, somebody said it. Jacob Israel says you got to respect the laws of a country. Real talk. You just can't go everywhere thinking that you're going to be entitled and privileged. Don't work like that. These other countries don't give a damn about you, and better believe Russians do not like Americans, especially in a penal system. And they talking about she's eating well and reading books. Nah, she's dealing with it. She's doing a hard time up there.
Could be exchanged for a Russian arms trader nicknamed the Merchant of Death. He's serving a 25-year sentence in the U.S. for conspiring to kill Americans.
What? Listen, so let me get this right. We're going to trade off. Let me get this right. We want to trade off a terrorist. We want to trade off a terrorist who were trying to come over here and murder Americans. And we want to trade this person off for an NBA, WNBA player who doesn't even contribute life to society, not even bringing forth seed, not even bringing forth life, not bringing forth anything. Wow. Do this sound like a fair exchange? Goodness. Let's continue.
There's a lot of pressure on the Biden.
He's serving a 25-year sentence in the U.S. for conspiring to kill Americans.
And this is why nobody respects America. This is why nobody respects America. This is the same country that left those troops over there when trying to withdraw from Afghanistan. I mean, we abandoned our own people. Why would you release a terrorist that was plotting to kill our people for a WNBA player? Why is this even in the conversation? This is like Jesus and Barbarous. This is like, give us the criminal. You could take the criminal, just give us our entertainer back. What if he get back over there in Russia and start to collude and plot on trying to kill more of us? What if that's where he needs to get over there so he can plot, plan, and strategize on his next attack? I mean, this is ridiculous. The U.S. government, it's like the woke mob has taken them over. And I say the woke mob, I mean the left-wing Trojan horse. I mean the letter coalition. I mean, this country is a damn shame, bro. And who the hell watches the WNBA? Who? I think Brittney Griner was the only one who can actually dunk. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you can't make this stuff up.
There's a lot of pressure on the Biden administration to go through with an exchange if the Russians propose it, even though the cases are not comparable at all.
They're not comparable at all, though.
The White House has said it will not talk strategy until Griner's court proceedings are over. She's due back in court next Thursday. Now, another American, Paul Whelan, is serving a 16-year sentence in Russia for espionage. The U.S. has repeatedly described the case against the former Marine as a setup. Strategists now think that it's possible the U.S. could negotiate an exchange for both Whelan and Brittany Griner.
Wow, now they're trying to throw two people in the mix. What is this, the damn NBA? What is this, the WNBA trade-off combine? What are we in the free agent list? They trying to trade people off like we playing 2K and you didn't turn the salary cap off. Like, what are y'all talking about? They trying to trade like they got basketball cards. I trade you my Jordan. Look, I got a serial killer, a terrorist, a coder. I trade you off for this WNBA player. That's crazy as hell. To be honest with you, it don't look good for her. It don't look good. It don't look good at all for her. I don't think that's going to work. Russia is not obligated to do any trade-offs. And it looked like she more than likely going to be doing them 10 years. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it ain't nothing we can do about that. But there's a lot going on in these streets, man, out here in Atlanta. Somebody, Capo said, let her get humbled in Russia. She swears she can beat NBA players. Delusional. Yeah, this is the same one who said she could beat NBA players. Let's see how she do. That's how she do, surrounded by Russian, these huge Russian women. Let's see how she deal with that. Who really don't like Americans. Yep. Yeah, and let's get the likes up. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Get the likes up on the video, ladies and gentlemen. Somebody said, don't smuggle drugs to no foreign countries. Exactly. Exactly. Even if you're around an individual that you can't quite trust, check your bag, recheck your bag, and check it again. You're around an individual that can even possibly slip something in your bag. Check your bag. Other than that, I mean, come on, man. Yeah, I mean, we got to maneuver wisely out here. In other news, we got Operation Heatwave popping off in Atlanta. Man, you know what? There's so many rappers that are in prison right now. I mean, goodness, ladies and gentlemen, the list is incredible. You got Young Thug, you got Gunna, you got R. Kelly, you got Fat Trail, you got Casanova, you got YFL Lucci. I mean, I can honestly say, looking at what's going on right now, there are more rappers in prison right now than rappers being played on the radio. There are more rappers in prison. Literally, they can throw a better concert. If you was to take all of the rappers who are locked up right now and throw a concert, it would be better than any concert you can throw in the free world. What should that tell you about this music? And listen, I'm not even being facetious. This is absolute facts when you look at the numbers. I want to share with you what the DA of Atlanta has vowed to do. Shout out to the DA. I'm not mad that she's trying to clean these streets up. Atlanta used to be a very, very nice place to live. I live in Georgia. I live on the outskirts of Atlanta, but Atlanta itself used to be a mecca for Black excellence. And a lot of these gangbangers with this drill music and this trap music, they're turning it into the slums out here, right? Let me go ahead and share my screen with y'all. Fair use, fair use. Let's talk about Operation Heatwave.
What some call the gang crisis in the city of Atlanta. Tonight, only Channel 2 is taking you inside. Two major new efforts to make our streets safer. Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie is live in downtown Atlanta. And Mark, these operations are a joint effort by APD and also the Fulton DA's office.
And here is the very latest. Atlanta Police Captain Ralph Woolfolk says close to 5:30 p.m., a team of police, federal agents, and prosecutors hit the street as part of a new action-oriented effort to strike at one gang stronghold at a time.
Wow, they hitting them streets heavy. You can look for those Rico charges, those racketeering charges. Oh, there's a lot of people who they're gonna be locked up. Hey man, what the scriptures say? The scriptures say in Matthew chapter 7, verse 12, therefore all things whatsoever ye would that men should do to you, do ye even so to them. For this is the law of the prophets. Hey, whatever these people are out here doing, they're giving our communities hell. I'm not going to wish the best for them. I'm not going to pray that these violent criminals stay in the streets. I'm not going to do that. You know why? Because they are destroying our communities. They loading the communities with drugs, satanic music with a demonic undertone. that's killing these young brothers out here, that's promoting violence in impressionable minds, and people are dying because of this music. And you got so many people out here who are struggling, and these drug dealers are coming into these communities and they're killing the souls of the people. They're killing the souls of the people. So, you know, I don't care. Somebody said we can call it Operation Pookie and Ray Ray. Real talk. And you know, this DA, she ain't playing no games. And she's beginning to really make a name for herself all over the world. And I'm not against her. I like how she's handling business. It is what it is. Get they worthless behinds, and we'll watch my mouth. Get them off the streets. Get them off the streets. Same thing New York should be doing right now with all the drill rappers. Dio Bando, thank you for the $5 contribution. Says Babylon breaks its tools after it's done using it. These rappers are pawns used to promote degeneracy. They deserve these judgments. Absolutely. I couldn't have said that no better. They get used and then they get rendered. They get wrung out and hung up. And that should be a lesson to all you brothers out there who want to be inspiring artists or inspiring trappers and gangsters. You will end up in jail. You will end up in that pine box. And ain't no escaping. Ain't no preferential treatment. They don't care if you're a rapper. They don't care.
One of two new gang initiatives at which we got an inside look today.
Yeah, you hear that? All you Bloods, all you Zoo Whoops, all you slimes, and all you damn rolling 60s and all that, y'all going to jail. You're going to jail. All you GDs, Vice Lords, MS-13s, you're going to jail. They're about to clean Atlanta up. Watch. Real talk.
Oh, it absolutely make the streets safer.
Georgia.
That's right.
Does not.
What'd that lady say? That's right.
Streets safer.
Georgia
Nothing wrong with
does
that.
not have a gang problem. Georgia has a gang crisis.
We're gonna.
Yes, it's not a problem. It's a crisis. Yeah, somebody said we need this in Cali. Real talk. I'm saying, she doing her job. This sister doing her job. Lock they behinds up. But keep it clean. Everybody thumb the video up.
Get the worst of the worst off of our streets.
That's right. Let's get them off the streets. They ain't doing nothing but causing dissension, division, and it is a crisis. They everywhere.
Those that are terrorizing our community.
Georgia's supposed to be she said it right. They're terrorizing the community. Terrorizing. Hey, Coolin Kofi, thank you for the $5 contribution. Says they should have been playing your new life track and reading the scriptures. The music should be used for a different vibration. All praises, no doubt about it. Real talk, though. We need to put out positive music. And you know, and listen, somebody brung up DC in the chat, said DC was giving out basketball numbers in the 90s. That's a fact. But you know what? DC has got cleaned up. There's a lot of gentrification that took place, but DC is clean now. And I like what she's doing. I like this Heatwave initiative. Let these cowards out here who are terrorizing the community, let them know that their time is limited. And we need to protect it. We need to protect Fannie Willis. For real. We need to protect Fannie Willis. Because she's the first Black woman to come into a DA's office and do what she's doing. Nobody is kicking and telling and taking names like she is. Nobody's done that. I mean, like certain things you just got to respect. Right?
He's being in gang.
Georgia has a gang crisis.
We're going to get the worst of the worst off of our streets. Those that are terrorizing our communities, being in gangs.
We can't even have clubs in Georgia. How we got all these Black folks in Georgia and we can't even go to the clubs without them getting shut down? Why is it the biggest clubs, the biggest bars are majority for white folks? And this is the Black Mecca. I tell you why, because of these gangs and these thugs. It's these people why they're the reason why we can't have nothing. They're the reason why our people can't have nothing, because every time they open something up, it gets shut down because of these sloppy shooters. They the reasons why we get hole in the wall little spots, and then those end up getting shut down. Can't even have nothing.
Committing violence against us.
What do gangs thrive on?
Yep.
Hyper-violent exhibit.
She said it right. They committing violence against us. They not going to the suburbs, and they not doing nothing to no white folks. They run from police and kill Negroes. They beef with each other. They sloppy shooters. Children get hit with stray bullets time and time and time again. This woman need to be protected at all costs. That's right. Clean them streets up.
Against us.
What do gangs thrive on? Hyper-violent.
It says studies show that nearly all of victims of gang-related stabbings are innocent bystanders. Yeah, because that's an initiation. For those who not familiar with how gangs work, they go stab random people to get their stripes. That's how you get initiated in a lot of blood sets. Either you punch, beat up, or stab a random person. And look, that can be your auntie, your grandmother, that could be your sister, your brother. All they doing is living their life, and they getting a blade put up in them because of these gangs. That's how it works.
Exhibits of force in public.
It's a new day in the city of Atlanta and the city of Atlanta Police Department. In fact, that we acknowledge the fact that we have a gang problem.
Atlanta Police Captain Ralph Woolfolk says soon after our interview, Atlanta Police, Fulton Sheriff's deputies, ATF, and prosecutors from the Fulton County DA and State AG would hit the street for the latest chapter.
Yo, thank you for the $5 contribution. Young Elder says it starts in a single mother broken homes in the hoods. Arrested criminals will be replaced by these misled children. Yep, that's why we got to bring the family structure back together. Real talk. And contrary to popular belief, although I hold modern women accountable for their actions, I'm still pro-life and pro-family. But we got to separate the vile women who are destructive away from the righteous women. And, you know, and don't get it twisted. I get on these modern men as well, as you can see me doing right now. You see exactly what I think about these thugs. You see exactly what I think about Pookie and Ray Ray, but you don't have no men in here complaining about me chewing men up. Oh, you talking about these men and being savages and goons, and they deserve jail and they deserve hell. You don't hear these men trying to defend them. So you women should take notes. I'm talking about the thugs right now. You don't hear no righteous men trying to defend these goons and savages. Let's continue.
Of Operation Heatwave during the hot months of summer to try to make Atlanta's streets too hot for some of the city's most dangerous gang members.
Operation Heatwave's already having an impact. We were able to take out some of the highest ranking Rolling 60 Crip gang.
That's right. Let's get them.
Members here in the city of Atlanta. All of those individuals were no bonded at their next day in their court.
Hey, listen, real men of the Most High, real brothers, real sisters, they just want to have peaceful lives wherever they dwell. Wherever they live in, they want to feel safe. Oh, nobody want to have to deal with you savages, you damn gorillas, you damn monkeys out here causing havoc. Nobody wants to deal with walking outside of their door, worried about y'all watching us bring our household appliances in, watching us bring our groceries in. We don't have to worry. We don't want to have to worry about that. We don't even want to have to worry about your badass kids. And you raising them to sabotage our children. And we got to protect our children from your little gang, your gang bad children. We don't want that. We want to live free. And we don't want to have to be at a certain social or financial status in order to have some peace, especially with the economy where it's at. With the economy where it's at, melanated folks can't afford but so much. And we got to deal with you savages. We got to live in certain environments because let me tell you this right now. The hood is made by the people. The hood is made by the people, not the environment. You can live in the most low budget place in the world. But if the people are good, guess what? That's a community. That's somewhere you can live. That's somewhere you can thrive. That's somewhere you can raise family, even if you're on subsidized living. You know what the problem is? The people. That's what make it hoods. Those the people pissing all in the hallways. Those the people littering and leaving trash all over the place. Clean them streets up.
Court appearance for Fulton County DA. And
Woolfolk says Heatwave uses numbers and police intel to focus on one geographic gang stronghold at a time.
there's a lot of research and back-end work that has been done to identify the specific gangs in which we are targeting and the specific bad actors that are playing in these specific spaces.
Our people are out on the street with the police department while we were making arrests.
And they know what
I like her.
While we were making arrests.
And they know what's coming up in court.
And that Heatwave is one of two major gang efforts we got an inside look at in one day.
What these two things show you is that we've gotten serious about gangs and removing violent offenders from our community.
Let's get it.
The other?
All showing the same hand sign, wearing the same color.
That's right. Study the symbology. That's right. Punchline says I'm in Atlanta. Real talk. Yeah, somebody said a punchline. Everybody gangster till the feds come. Real talk. They fold real quick.
Using the same terminology and language.
A crash course on gang cases by the Fulton County District Attorney's Office to investigators from across APD and other departments.
75 to 80% of the violent crime we have here, gang motivated.
Wow.
Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis says the crash course grew out of a conversation with interim APD Chief Darren Shearbaum about the need for more gang warrants and in-depth gang investigations.
Recent months, you've had two high-profile gang racketeering cases.
She talking about Gunner. They talking about Gunner and Young Thug. The reporter said recently you had two high-profile gang people, right?
They're going to be more.
Oh, in the next 60 days, you'll see two more.
In the next 60 days, two more well-known high-profile rappers are going to jail. Oh, yeah. Listen to that, ladies and gentlemen. In the next 60 days, two more of them are going to jail. Two more of them that's on the radio right now. So listen to the radio. Listen to the radio right now. It could be anybody. It could be anybody. But they're high-profile, and they out here. And they're gonna be taken off the streets. And when they get snatched up, you're gonna hear people making all kind of videos about them. Hey, that's what I heard. I don't like to just throw names out there, but I've heard people saying that. I heard those two names brung to the table with all that went on with the wiretapping. But hey, I don't know. I don't know who they are. I don't even want to throw nobody's name up there anyway. But I mean, when you think about the kind of music that's being made, especially within in Atlanta, hey, it is what it is. And she said, she's telling them they coming for you. In the next 60 days, we coming to get you, which means the warrants are already there. Which means we're talking about racketeering charges, we're talking about Ricos, and we're talking about they already have the evidence. They already have the evidence on these rappers. They got good evidence because for her to tell you, oh, we coming for you. Somebody just said Kodak Black been snatched. For real? When this happened? I heard that somebody posted that earlier in the chat too, that Kodak got snatched. Is that true? Somebody let me know if that's true or not. Oh, somebody said today, apparently, last night. Well, she said the next 60 days. It could have been right away. Yep, Kodak got arrested. Oh, he got arrested for oxy. Something. They got Kodak with pills. Hey, see, that's something totally different. Did he get arrested in Atlanta? Is Kodak in Atlanta? I think he is. Damn, somebody said he had $50,000 worth of pills. Oxycontin. Oh, man, that don't look too good. Oh, in Florida. Yeah, see, that ain't connected to this. We talking about two more Atlanta rappers. Or at least two more rappers who reside in Atlanta. Wow. I mean, we ain't gonna have no rappers on the radio. We ain't gonna have no rappers on the radio. That's crazy.
Out of a conversation with interim APD Chief Darren Shearbaum about the need for more gang warrants and in-depth gang investigations.
Recent months, you've had 2 high-profile gang racketeering cases. There going to be more?
Oh, in the next 60 days, you'll see 2 more.
Mm.
Now, Captain Wolf says Interim Chief Shearbaum is serious about gangs, guns, and drugs. Gang number 1. And Heatwave is carried out with careful attention to being professional and ethical, saying basically, if you're not participating in criminal street gang activity, then you're not on the radar, not on the target list.
You hear that? If you're not participating in gang culture, you good to go. It's time for a lot of people to get on up out that life, because them people is coming. Proverbs 26:27. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him. Y'all ain't gonna keep getting away with the dirt that y'all doing out here. Ain't nobody gonna sit up here and vouch for y'all and keep crying and shedding tears over y'all about, and y'all out here breaking the law. Get them 2/3, get them right on up off the streets so we can enjoy raising our children in peace and safety. We tired of them. I'm tired of y'all's music. I'm tired of y'all's energy y'all bring to the streets. Yep, real talk. I like what the DA is doing. We need to protect this lady.
But if you're doing criminal street gang activity in the city, they'll identify, pursue, and arrest you. Reporting live outside Atlanta Police Headquarters, Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
That's right. Man, we got 2 more rappers on the list, man. 2 more rappers on the list. Y'all listen to the radio right now. Some of y'all deep into the music scene. Y'all know what's going on. This is crazy. Hey, it don't pay to get out here and do no crime. All you brothers out there in them streets, get out them streets. If you want to be a worthless thug your whole life, you're going to go to jail where you belong. You're going to be smelling dried up funk your whole life. And then their raps is evidence. Some of the lyrics, I can't believe they homeboys in a studio let these rappers say these things. Some of the lyrics coming out their mouth, I'm talking about they giving addresses. I ran up on them on 1222 Simp Boulevard, shot him in the chest. It was 2:30 in the afternoon. Took off my vest, threw it behind the bushes. I mean, like, dang. Y'all be snitching on yourselves for clout. And now when everything come back around, it is what it is. It is what it is. Yep. It's like something straight off the Boondocks. But it is what it is, brothers and sisters. Hopefully y'all gain some edification. And it's awakened some of you brothers out there who you're treading the fence. You got 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Or you just out here doing certain things. Listen, these people ain't playing with you. The prison industrial complex needs your hard work and labor. Yeah, they ready to lock you up. They need your hard work and labor. They want you working for pennies on the dollar. They want you working for 30 cents a day. They need that. That's how they stimulate the economy. Anytime the U.S. government sends millions of dollars here and $1 million there for some type of relief fund, and they print it off like Monopoly paper, guess how they recoup that money? Locking you up. The reason why they able to print it, because they know they can get it back by locking you up. And ain't no mercy. It ain't no, go to court. Oh, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Listen, imagine this. You see what these rappers are going through right now, right? And they're high profile. They're known. They got millions of fans. Imagine what they'll do to you. Nobody cares about you. They can throw you in that jail. You will never be seen again. You nothing but a number. You are a statistic. Free labor. So get on your best foot, man. Get yourself, hey, listen, exactly, Asia Honey, they ain't sparing nobody. Get yourself a job. Get a job. Hone in on your talents and your gifts. Use that job to transition and do something for yourself. Build yourself a business. There's so much money to be made online. Like, figure something out. Become entrepreneurs. Do what it is you do. But them streets is ruthless. Them streets is cutthroat. Ain't no escaping it. There's only 2 ways you're going to end up. jail, or a pine box. That's it. That's it, and that's all, folks. But I love each and every one of y'all. Hopefully, y'all gain edification. Thanks for tuning in. We got more content coming. Thank you so much. Hey, I want to let everybody know. Oh, you know what? There's something else I gotta say before we close up. Please let me. It was an announcement I was gonna make separately, but moderators, let me say this before I close. All you moderators out there, there's rules to how you moderate, right? I'm just gonna lay those rules out real quick. Nobody gets blocked because they disagree with what I'm saying. I want all moderators to be paying attention right now. Nobody gets blocked for disagreeing. Nobody gets blocked for using scientific words to explain sexual organs, because I noticed on my vabbing video, people were using the scientific word for sexual organs and all the comments were being removed. That's not against community guidelines. It's not against community guidelines to disagree with me. The only reason that you should be removing content, removing comments, or blocking anybody is that they're cussing, they're using curse words, or they're using keywords with the pharmaceutical industry, and you know what that keyword is. That's the only reason. I want people to disagree. Don't block anybody because they don't agree. Like y'all it's certain people who got wrenches that's getting a little bit too trigger happy. Like, please stop doing that. Or I'm going to be taking wrenches. All right. I never said that I want all my comments to be agreed with me. I love civil discord. So I love to have communication with the people. Do not remove people because they disagree. All right. Only if they break community guidelines. Here's the thing. Either they're spamming, you block that. If they're spamming, block that. If they're using keywords, block that. If they're being outright disrespectful, block that. If they're just trolling, block that. But you just can't just block any and everybody. All right. But it is what it is. Thank y'all so much. Everybody have a blessed day. Shalom and peace.